All right, almost there.
No worries. Yeah, I got some really good markers to use for where to get on power and where to change gear and stuff like that up through the S's. And I'll share this set in a minute. It's pretty good, even though this session's really hot compared to what I've been using.
Is it?
Yeah. What over? Was it 112 degrees or something?
Fahrenheit? Yeah. That's the downside of letting it generate weather.
Yeah, it's all right. Isn't it? I don't know what the weather's. No, it's quite cold in this area, isn't it? This time of year.
Yeah. What time of year do we have the sim time?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's May.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
May in New York. So yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be sunny, I guess. May, middle of May.
Yeah.
Air temperature is only 78, so that's reasonable, I suppose. All right, so we are online. I'm streaming. I am.
Your dad watching, is he?
Probably not yet. He's got some errands to run, so maybe in a little while, and maybe on replay. And I do have, with Emily traveling, she'll be back tonight. The cat's been not getting much attention, so I'm setting a bad precedent. So the cat's actually in my lap in the rig right now. I don't think that's going to work very well.
Yeah. Just going to get some sort of half a decent lap time so we know where we are.
Sure.
That really made, you know, that when I put that picture of the old me and then you said, what, you've just changed your shirt. That stuff really makes me laugh, those sort of jokes.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was me trying to be as funny as I can be.
No, I would have been laughing at that all day.
Good. That's better than the other way around.
Yeah.
Oh, what's he doing? Freaking Americans. Insensitive.
The last band I was in, I was in it for 17 years.
Wow.
We just used to come out with jokes like that all the time.
Yeah.
It was just the way we were, non-stop. Oh, this set's pretty good for this weather, I suppose. What have I got? Fuel. Oh, okay, we're running out of fuel now anyway. All right, so you're still getting the sixes, so 6.8. I don't know if we'll get much quicker than that. All right, I'm with you. So, let me just jump in my car a second.
Okay.
Or just come round with me, follow me.
All right, hang on just a second. I gotta do something with the sound. I think the audio devices are crisscrossed again. All right, there we go. All right, I'm good.
No. So, obviously we're running down here, so full power here in third. So when you get to about here, you want to trail brake here, all the way around this line, to about here. And then the place you change up to fourth is... hold on a second. I've missed it. I'm going to have to go back. Around again, sorry.
It's okay.
So you know where the brake marker is for here. The only thing I would do is when I send you this set, so second gear around here. So change up to third, but don't flat shift. Just lift off and change up. And it'll pretty much run out here like this. That's about as wide as you want to be.
Okay.
There's a massive bump if you do it, if you go further than that. So you know where the brake marker is for there. So second gear down here. You can stay in second gear for the last turn as well. So don't change up to third here. Just stay in second. Your line at that entry is actually better than mine there. So you know the breaker marker for 1. So let's just try and find out where this... So run all the way out here, down here like this. So full power, full power, full power, and then off here, trail brake, and then on the power. And this, at the end of this curve here on the right,
Don't.
where you are now, just there, right on that end of that curve, is where you change up to fourth.
Got it.
And then, so about half, 3/4 throttle in fourth gear.
You're going the wrong way.
Till you get to about here. I'll stop here where this is about where you can get full power here.
Got it. Okay.
All right, let's might as well do some laps while we're both out, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, let me show you this set. Hold on. I'll come back out.
I don't think they've changed the damage model, but there were some debris artifacts I've never seen before when I punted you.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if they added some little stuff.
Why can't I? Oh, right. Okay. I don't know. Did you get the set there? Have a look.
Yep.
I got it. I sent it, but then I couldn't click done. You know, to get out of the garage. That was weird. It was like the internet went down or something, and it was waiting for a signal. You know.
Right.
I'll tell you what, as well. I put this this screen sharpening thing on. You know, in the options. I don't think I've used it before. It's like wearing a brand new set of glasses. You know.
Really?
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Two plates.
For me, anyway.
2 plates, 60, 60, 60. I've never seen that before.
No, neither have I. Never used it before.
Oh,
but it just seemed to.
Let me not forget to save that before I forget.
Yeah. It seems to grip up nice, you know. It's a little bit slippery on this in this weather, but I think it's all right. It started gripping up nice, and I sort of think to myself, if it's good in the cold session, it should be good in this session. Which doesn't really make sense, but
okay, got that. Let's see. How many go rounds does 2 laps get us? I'm sorry, 2 gallons.
6.5 it says it. Yeah, 6 though, you get 5 laps or whatever. So what I do there with the brake is I brake for the corner. In fact, I'll look at. Oh God! I'll look at that and I'll give you how much. Keep going, I'll join you. Yeah, for the carousel, brake, whatever amount it is that I brake, I sort of just keep it held down as I turn in and just keep the brake the same.
Do you moderate the brake a little bit over that little berm, that little bump?
No.
Okay.
On the way into the
Into the
carousel, no, I don't.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. I literally keep it the same. So whatever it is, I don't know what it is, 60% or whatever. Sometimes you want to hit that little curb on the left there because it pulls the car around a bit, but you sort of does it by accident. You can't really aim for it. It's either going to do it or not. But if it does it, it's nice. Yeah, just keep your foot exactly the same. So,
Okay.
oh, I'm like less than half, about 40% there, but we'll see how it is when we speed up. So second gear, still second gear. So trail brake slightly here, back on power, and then change up to fourth now at the end of that curb. Yeah, about halfway, about 50% brake. Oh, you went round me. Couldn't even see.
I was perfectly behind you just as you swung around.
Once my tyres warmed up.
That'll do it. Oh, did you stay out of the wall?
Yep.
Should have waited for you.
As it goes, I'll jump out now and sit on board with you. That's late.
That was late.
Yeah. Oh, no damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Hot tires, but no damage.
Yeah.
Still getting some stutters. I had to do some graphic adjustment when
Oh,
it came to
really?
this track. I know it's definitely a new scan since last time I raced it, but I was
Yeah.
surprised that I was getting so much stutter and turned off just some of the normal stuff, stands and fans and
Yeah.
still getting stutter at turn 1 and the end of the carousel there. It's a little bit weird.
Oh, right, okay.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel left.
Thought I had things pretty well sorted for most tracks. Barcelona's still a bit of a problem, but
Yeah.
oh well. I'll do some tweaking somewhere.
Yeah, I think I'm alright because I'm using a Rift. I mean, it's so, you know, the resolution is so poor in it, it just doesn't even tax the PC, you know. I think I'd like drive with full car grids on and everything, you know.
Yeah.
You have about 1 lap of
Oh god, who keeps texting me, man?
Don't they know you got important things to do?
Yeah. God. It's actually the guy that I was telling you about in the band. You're looking good with the power, mate. The power application. The hand speed's coming.
Good.
Haven't
Thank you.
even said anything about that today. I won't unless you stop doing it.
Good. But do as soon as I stop.
Yeah. So you want to be up to 3rd gear a lot earlier there.
Okay. Yeah. I might have to adjust that graphic setting sooner rather than later.
Right.
I don't even remember that stutter area from the other day.
Oh, what, coming out the carousel?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Can't tell what's there, but something with the tracks. Not happy.
Yeah. So pretty much what oh, is that fuel, was
That's
it?
fuel.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as you get on power there. So just imagine where you're getting on power in 2nd gear, just change up to 3rd, just literally after that point.
Into
Just-
the carousel, you mean? Or I mean out of the carousel?
No, on the way up. Yeah, on the way up.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Let me answer this guy.
No worries.
Jesus, man. He always texts me about some woman who's chatting to who's like going completely nuts. And all I ever say is like, they're all bonkers. They're all maniacs. Just don't worry about it. That's how most of our conversations go these days.
He obviously values your advice. He keeps asking.
So where you first got on power there, that's where you want to go up to 3rd. It's
Okay.
like a real short shift there. You did the right thing there. Did you just fall flat on the brake, did you?
Yep.
Yeah. That's all you can do in that spot like that. So when you go through the first part of the S's in third, when you go up to fourth gear, don't give it so much power. Just sort of keep it going the same speed as it was when you were in third gear. So don't try and accelerate too much when you change up to fourth.
Okay, got it. So change up to fourth there, but kind of prepare for the...
Yeah. And it's the same thing as here as well. So when you change to third gear there and out the carousel.
Definitely heated the tires up. I think there's an apex around here somewhere.
Don't brake on the way into the S's. You don't need to do that. You can literally just lift off there.
Well, you
So
were talking
just
about,
full power.
you were talking about trail
Right.
braking into the right-hander, though.
Yeah, not into it. Just it's so you go in and you're full power as you turn in, but then as you come off the power, just a real slight minimal trail brake.
Okay.
You're not really trying to slow the car down. You're just literally trying to get the front wheels to grip a little bit more.
Maybe I need a better touch on those really slight brake applications.
Yeah, you literally just want to see. I mean, I don't know if you got your pedal inputs there. You literally want to
Yeah.
see like a couple of percent. There you go. You're going to get that now. Oh, okay.
I honestly can't tell if that was
Yeah, that's what you're after. That's it.
too late or too light.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell from outside the car as well.
Yeah.
So you see that next time you go around the carousel, you see there's like an advertising, or I don't know what it is. It looks like a white sort of shed with some red writing on it. Just as the nose of the car crosses that, that's where you want to go up to third gear.
Okay.
So it's a good, about a second earlier, I'd say, in time.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It was pretty good that time. The S's, I think you can still stay on power as you turn in, initial turning on to the right hand side. So there.
I missed it. I don't know what I'm looking for there. Hang on.
Yeah, no worries.
Let's see. We're in a hosted session, not a practice, so it's going to disqualify me, isn't it?
All right. Oh, it's that thing there anyway, but it's you see it from a different angle. It's that go bowling thing.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
got it. Okay, so the sign we see kind of from the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So it's way earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the only thing you need to do is you just need to stay on power more for a little bit longer as you go down after turn one. Just as you turn into the S's, what you're trying to do there is, because you're staying on power, it's getting the rear to rotate. So I'm always going on about this rear end rotating. So keeping your foot down there gets the rear rotating, and then what you want to do is you want to come off the power really fast as you can, and a tiny bit of that trail brake. And what that does is that gets the front wheels gripping. So coming off the power really quick makes the nose go down on its own anyway, and that gives the front end more grip. And then just giving that little tiny trail brake, that's enough grip to hold you on that apex You know, the right-hand apex.
Okay. All right, so let's do this. If I sit here in the pits and give it a little bit of gas so it removes the auto brake or the auto hold brake. Auto brake hold. What does a couple of percent look like? All right.
Yeah, that's why I have my my inputs like literally above the rev counter, so I can look down and actually look to see what I'm doing, because I can't feel it, not with my pedals.
Yeah, it'd be ideal if I could get a little bit of a feel, because if I take my attention away, even just to glance at that every corner,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bin it half the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And the load cell's pretty good. I mean, I should be able to find this feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're not really trying to get the car to slow down there. You're just trying to sort of keep it gripped up on the front end, you know?
Yep. All right, so that's... All right. So I'm going to hit some apexes. I want to find this go bowling sign, and I'm going to trail brake.
That's it.
I literally didn't see it at all that time.
Oh, right, okay. Just go round and stop and you'll see it.
Wonder if I turn... Well, because I adjusted some graphic settings, I wonder if I turned it off.
Oh, right, yeah, it might be off and you might only be seeing it in the replay. Yeah.
All right, I'll stop there next time.
Well, what I'll do, I'll just say now anyway. Just go around it, I'll say now, and then you'll see where you got to go. Did you ever see my my crash when I went down the pit lane at Lime Rock? Made the top 10.
I have seen it, yep.
I was trying to chase Michelle.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lime Rock's responsible for a lot of those kind of things.
Yeah, yeah. I loved Lime Rock when when we started. God knows when it was, 2008 or something. It was only a couple of tracks on iRacing. I think Lime Rock and Laguna Seca or something like that, and a couple of small ovals. I think that's what all it was.
Yeah.
And we were all in rookies, and I loved Lime Rock. I never knew anything about it before iRacing.
Yeah, in the
One of my favourite tracks.
in the MX-5 and the Skippy, it's all kinds of fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like it in any car. I like it even in this car. So it should be right in front of you now.
Okay, yeah. Apparently the graphic setting I was using was there before. It's gone now.
All right, okay.
What did I turn off? Hang on.
Once you get it by feel, I mean, use it now. You know,
Yeah.
if you're going to get stutters, once you get it by feel, you'll know from the engine revs where you got to do it. Well, you'll know from the delta time as well, because it'll show you a good delta there.
Okay. And I think that signs and stuff probably fall into the event graphics. We'll see what happens.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, just as a blunt force stopgap, I turned off grandstands and everything, and the stutter's better. But
yeah,
I kind of like seeing the grandstands. Feels a little more real.
Yeah.
I can't really complain about the G2 though. I really enjoy the overall clarity and everything else.
Yeah.
Huh? Still not there.
Oh,
But anyway, it's kind of in that open spot right there.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I'll let you run a few laps, and then we'll sort your back straight out, because that's a weird line down that back straight.
Okay.
We can get that a lot better. That's nice. Yeah. So that time there was a little bit too much power in fourth. It just held you away from the left-hand apex.
Okay. I think I'm braking too early now.
Yeah. Okay, there it is. That's it. Yep. And you can get on, so you can get on power so much earlier now because of that gear change.
That's so weird. That's so unintuitive. I've really got to learn where to apply that myself.
Yeah, you just have to really like consciously think to yourself, right, what happens if I try this? What happens if I do that? You know, like I keep saying, that's one of those things. That's one of those places there. And it's always on those sort of speed corners as well. So I mean, you're not going to change up to third here and get out quick, and everyone knows that, you know. But when you're sort of at the top of second gear, you know, in these medium speed corners, it's always worth trying to see what third gear's like. That's a nice line. That's it. Perfect. So you can go down through the gears really quick to get down to second quick here. Yeah, that's it. I'd even go down to second quicker than that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
think having blown the engine at Suzuka, I'm shy.
Yeah. So just from now on, just concentrate how much you can get on the power a lot earlier in that, out and on the way out the carousel now. You should be able to get that, you know, like when you got like there, you know, you're putting it down and you're forcing the rear round like that. You should be able to get that going pretty much almost as soon as you get up to third gear. Yeah, that's nice. Just a little bit too fast. It just made you come over. As I'm saying, when you get up to fourth gear, try not to accelerate. You still want to be able to get the car around the left-hander. So on power really early here. As soon as you get up to third, on power hard.
Wow, that feels a lot different.
Yeah. You can still go harder for a lot earlier because there's hardly any engine power. That's the other reason why you want to go up to third gear, because the engine's at such lower revs, there's not as much power, so you can put your foot down hard there. And what normally happens is sometimes if you do that, and I think it does happen there, is you can initially put your foot all the way down maybe, and then you have to lift off slightly because the engine's getting up in
When
the power band, you know?
Yeah. The RPM comes up and you gotta...
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So that's the next problem to solve now, because you nailed that the right-handed. Now you have to solve how to come out of there nicely so you're not going to hit the grass, you know. But you did everything right. I think maybe you didn't get on power hard enough when you went up to fourth gear. You paused nicely, but then when you put the power down, I don't think it was fast enough.
Okay. Finally.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
That's it. Nice. There you go. You'll get a nice slide now. Should come out nice. Yeah. That's it. It's much better, that is.
It's up 15.
Yeah. So you get what the process is for working it all out, you know?
Knee bone's connected to the ankle bone.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, especially when you get corners like that are all connected together. You know, you've got to work out the first one. How can I get through the first one quicker? What have I got to do? Okay, I've got to stay to the right-hand side on the exit, and then when's the best place to go up to fourth gear, and how hard can I get on power out of fourth? What, you know? I mean, that exit, you have to get on power hard to get the rear to rotate, you know, otherwise you're not going to make it like you didn't the lap before, you know.
Got it. All right.
So the only jump in my car a sec.
Yep.
So the only thing you got to do now is this back straight line. What you're doing, because you seem to come off the carousel,
Come across too soon.
come across too soon. So what I do is, if I get it right, I won't go fast down it, but just watch the line. Do you remember in Interlagos after the center S's?
Yep.
You go down that back straight, and you want to line yourself up for that the next turn. It's exactly the same here. Let's have a look. If I can't actually do it all the time, it's a bit hard to see. It's quite far away, isn't it? But and you don't want to spin. Okay, right. So come off there, and then you want to run this sort of line.
Got it. Okay.
So see how it lines you up perfectly for the entry.
Yeah, and it must be something about, I don't know, my unconscious trying to get over there quicker or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Well, there's hardly any time difference in it. It's just an easier way. So it's one of those things where it takes a bit of brain power off of your brain, so you don't have to think about lining yourself up for that corner.
Right.
Because the car's already lined up, so you can concentrate on. And this is all, you know, subconsciously. Your subconscious will let you brake later, because you're not thinking about lining the car up because it's already lined up. So you're concentrating on braking, and that's the only thing you need to concentrate on there.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna jump back in my car.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I was telling you the right thing to do down third gear. Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah, because and that's the thing, because this track's so easy to sort of be at your lap time, what everyone else is, you got to find every little tiny detail about it to get a gain, and that's one of the main. That's a good one, you know, running down that line, because you really want the car, as you're running down the left-hand line there on the way into the carousel, you really want the car lined up like that on this next right, the next left-hander, you know, coming down there. Yeah. So it lines the car up really nicely. And as you know, if you run down, if you just you know, as you're running down the left-hand line now, you know your back wheel's a lot closer to it than your front, so you know what you're doing with that measurement.
Most of the time, but even after all this time,
Yeah.
it does still catch me.
Yeah, it catches me as well. It catches everyone. That's nice. So as long as you keep doing that, as long as you keep coming out of the S's like that, with that fourth gear input hard on the power, your hands will learn what they got to do to keep it straight, because it's one of those corners where every time you come out of there, it's a little bit different. But the more you do it, and the more you do it like that, you know, with your foot hard down, you'll learn it, you know. Yeah, that's it. Perfect.
I think the other thing that occasionally artificially forces me to the right is I come off earlier to avoid the 1X at the end of that curve.
Yeah, don't worry about that so much. I mean, so
Yeah.
so when you come off of that curb, you can still sort of keep it to the left after you're off that curb. That's a nice exit. You're not going to get closer to the wall than that. Jesus. That's what I was saying. I think your last corner is probably better than mine. You're doing really well on the entry as well. You're right on the limit of the track on the entry. Most of the times, I can't get as far over to the left as you do. You haven't heard me talk about the last corner at all, have you?
Nope, not yet.
That's why.
Although when I can hit the apex, I do have to hit the apex consistently. That's a win.
It's one of the toughest corners on iRacing, that the last corner, I think, anyway. To nail everything right about it.
What am I doing in fourth? Jeez, Glenn.
Yeah, as long as you... It doesn't matter coming off that curb like that. I know you're trying to miss the 1X at the end of that curb, but as long as you don't go over to the right-hand side of the track, you'll be all right, because you can run down the middle and then just start to come over. Just as long as you do it right, so you lined up with that last corner. Long before you have to brake, you know? That's the secret to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like so many things, sometimes you're just better off holding on loosely, but don't let go, right? Just don't force it, just let it come.
Yeah.
And so many times, it sounds easy. Our brains get in the way. Stupid brain. Speaking of, I don't know why I can't hit that one.
So that right there, what you've done is perfect. That's how you avoid that wall. Just don't lock the brakes up, and just put a tiny amount of steering in, just as you did. So if that happens in a race, that's the only way you're going to get out of that. If you're still going to hit the wall, then you can't do anything else about it. If you lock the rears up, if you try and spin it out, it will just carry on into the wall. It's the only way you can get away with it. Just brake as hard as you can without locking up and just turn to the right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, nice. Going to come out nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It's exactly what you want. You want to be coming out just on that left-hand side like you did. No pressure, mate. No pressure, mate. Nice save, man. Wow. That's better than a fast lap.
I don't know why I can't get that turn in right.
That's almost your fastest lap, even with that big save there.
Yeah, it was looking good before that.
Mm-hmm.
All it takes is everything together.
Yeah. Getting there, though. Nothing wrong with your hand speed, mate.
Good.
Which means there's... Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing wrong with your hand speed, it means there's nothing wrong with your foot speed as well. Because they're locked together. You can't do one without the other.
How am I doing on fuel? All right.
Yeah, that'll probably be it, wouldn't it?
Yep. We probably could have gone.
What do you think of this? No, what do you think of this new clear coat they put on it?
You know, I've been so rushed. Rolly updated mine. I haven't looked at it yet.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too much.
Like too shiny?
Yeah,
too deep?
yeah. Just it sort of looks as if it's like a Rolls-Royce paint job, you know,
Oh.
and you wouldn't get that on an old racing car
So what you're
or
saying
any
is
racing car.
it's just too nice.
Yeah, it's there's too much quality going on.
Yeah. All right, so let's do this. Let me take a look at. I'm just doing a panning the camera around the car so I can take a look at it.
Yeah, I've not done that as it goes myself. Yeah, do me a favour when you get in your car, just drive up to next to my one so I can have a look at mine because I've only looked down the front end and sort of thought, eh.
I mean, at first glance, it doesn't look bad to me.
Yeah, let me have a look at my car. Drive up to mine and have a look.
Come on.
Well, it's weird because I got no sheen coming off of that angle. Go forward a bit. Let's have a look at the front. Oh yeah, yeah. I'll take it back. I suppose. Yeah, it looks all right, doesn't it? Yeah.
You know what does look too shiny is inside the nose cone.
Yeah, and the obviously because the those little fins up on the front, they're painted so they're like shiny as well. That
Yeah.
would be like a matte black mesh finish, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Huh. Interesting. So what
Yeah.
if I'm gonna hop out and then pan the camera around, just kind of out of the car. There we go. Yeah, interesting. Like up inside the. What do I do? Oh,
Oh, I tell you what, set up. Do you remember I was telling you about the front wishbones? Set up a camera there, just so you can see all the front wishbones, and save it, and then just get in your car, and just floor it and slam the brakes down a few times, just so you're moving the suspension. Then have a look at the replay, see if they fixed it or not.
and it's right where the.
So if you set a camera at the front of one of the front wheels,
Yep.
and so you can see the top wishbone, and you can see the pivot point inside the car.
Yep.
And you can probably see the spring there as well, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Save that and then just drive for a little bit, see what happens. I really hope they don't fix that.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Hmm.
In fact, can I? How long is it gonna take? Oh, I can probably just rewind in the view that I'm at. Okay.
I used to have to actually think to myself, I wonder if the spring rates are backwards in the front of the car then. But they're not. It's just a graphical thing.
And I'm sure you set it up that way just to test it, right? Set the car
Yeah,
up
yeah,
backwards and.
yeah.
All right,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
interesting. So why can I not get back to?
Well, set the camera up and then just watch one of your laps, and you'll
Yeah,
see it.
that's what I was curious about. Oh, there we go. Why would it not let me? Because I was in the camera, floating the camera around.
Hmm.
So I just needed to go back and rewind, but I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't
Oh,
let me rewind. All right, so I'm looking at the place where I can see the front left spring. I can see
yeah.
the two, well, let me move up.
It's only the top one that does it, I think. The top arm where it joins onto the spring. It's just backwards at that pivot point.
I'm
I don't even know how I found that out.
not sure. Oh, you know what? You could jump out and take a look at the stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. 1 sec.
Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Right. 1 second.
It does appear maybe like where the pivot point is graphically designed at the wrong place.
Right, okay. Let me just check to see what we're looking at here. Live, okay. Yeah, you can't. Oh, let's turn that down. Yeah, you can't actually see it. It's not. Yeah, so see what's going on. So when the wheel's going up, the spring's extending. Look, it's backwards still.
Oh, we're looking at the spring?
Yeah, so if you look at the spring, so if you move, can you move the camera around now?
Yeah.
Okay, so go right in the car. Go right inside.
Oops. That's probably too far.
Yeah, no, keep going. Now go back a bit. There you go. So you can see that arm.
Oh, the
There you go.
the inner half.
Yeah, so you see it's backwards?
Let me see if I can adjust so I can see both.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That's
Pretty
interesting.
Cool. Yeah, it's been like that since it was made.
Sorry, so let me understand this. So, the spring...
Because that's obviously, I don't know if, yeah, from the wheel to the spring, that's a solid bar.
Oh, that's supposed to be one piece?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It shouldn't pivot in the middle like that. It's a solid bar. So there's that pivot point where it is pivoting is actually there. That is the right pivot point. But you know, obviously, when the wheel moves up, the spring's supposed to squash. You know, compress.
Right.
It's the other way around. So like I say, I did test it. I did see.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I wonder if this is just a graphical glitch, but yeah, Christian Chandler did laugh when I told him about it. He said, we better get that fixed. And I was like, no, don't do it, leave it. It's like the quirky 49 glitch, you know?
Right.
What we only know about in the series.
Right. Well, and heaven forbid it actually is a dynamics bug. And they fix it, and now nobody can drive the car or set up the car anymore.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Thinking of that, yeah. Yeah, imagine that.
You know, all things considered, though, even on a relatively low attention car like the 49, I'm impressed that they've done this much detail.
You know what? When you think about it, feedback. When you think about it, when this car was released, I've probably told you the story. I mean, it was a year late. I mean, they announced it, and then it was a year late of being released. And I mean, there was nothing like this on the service when it got released. I mean, this car holds up today, doesn't it, against all the others? You know, there honestly was nothing like this. I mean, the closest car we had was the 79, and you know how that looked. You know, hexagon wheels and hexagon steering wheel and all that sort of stuff going on. This was miles ahead of anything.
Really?
It really was, yeah.
And that's been a long time. right? What they
Yeah.
this was like
13,
2013.
I think it was. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was way ahead of anything else. It was at the time when, hold on a minute, I can't actually remember now. No, I think rev counters did move back then. Yeah, but
Yeah, I don't think the clear coat looks too bad. It certainly is not glaringly overdone to me.
yeah, no, it's not. I
Um,
like it as well. Yeah,
but
yeah,
I will give you that. I don't know if you're still looking at the stream, but the inside of the nose cone is
yeah.
really shiny.
All right, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, that I doubt if that would be gloss in real life.
No.
No. Oh god, yeah. Look at it. Not one run either.
Perfect. Well, it's a rolly job. It's a rolly wall bank paint job. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that does look pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, it's weird how that glitch is on there, isn't it? I mean, they was under so much pressure to release this car
Oh
back
yeah,
then.
I'm sure.
They really were, because they gave it away for sorry,
Yeah,
they did the
they
prepaid thing with
grandfathered
it.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah,
I am thankful that they finally fixed the silhouette, the shadow bug of the goggles.
yeah,
That was very immersion breaking.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I think I've lost my VR now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come out and get back in. Have I been disconnected from the sim?
Let me check. No, looks like you're here.
Oh, okay, that's weird. I can't do anything about it. Yeah, gonna have to restart. It just sometimes I'll take my headset off and put it back on again. It won't work. It just locks up.
Hmm.
All right. So what do you reckon? So run a few more laps
Yeah, yeah.
and
That was a
see if
nice
you can get
inversion,
me.
but I still got lots and lots of sorry about that, improvements to make.
Yeah, yeah. You carry on then, and I'll join you on the track in a bit.
Did you get any time with Ryan this week?
No, I haven't even spoken to him, so I'm guessing he's probably going to message me next week or something. Probably wanted to eat 13 off. I don't know. I was going to do those two-wheel drive off-road trucks. That was really good.
Oh yeah.
It was, yeah, it was really good. I was at that Rusk again, whatever it's called, and it was literally just opposite lock round every corner.
Really?
It was brilliant. I loved it, and there was nobody there. There was the first time. Well, as soon as week 13 opened, there was about 10 Australians in practice. So I thought I'm going to have some of that. I joined them, and they all disappeared because they all went to a race. So I thought, I'll watch that, and they got into the race session and all disconnected. I just thought, that's
Really?
weird. Yeah. And it's a fun series. So I was actually going to put something on our Discord and say, should we do a 1930 championship? We could do like Saturday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The normal race time we do. But then I just thought, I can't be asked.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right, you run some laps. I'm going to go and get a coffee because I've run out of tea bags.
Oh, that sounds like an emergency.
Yeah. Oh, and there's the missus phoning me. So by the time I'm done there, you'll be into the sixes.
No worries.
All right, see you in a bit.
See ya.
Hold on a second. Hold on. You all right? Oh, yeah. You all right? What? Say that again? Yeah. 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 Said what? Mm. Oh yeah. What do you say to that? What do you mean she went out in her pyjamas? Yeah. We meant she's losing the plot. Hmm. Hmm.
exit safely. Got to come in for a stop and go.
Oh, I'm back, mate.
Roger. Okay, let me check Discord. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me on Discord?
Yeah, I can hear you on Discord, mate. I don't think you can hear me, though.
No, I'm not hearing you. Hang on.
All right.
All right, how about now?
How about, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
me. I was just being
All right.
silly. Apparently,
Yeah, I did put mine on mute, and I wasn't sure if I kept it on or if it didn't
I was just
work when I...
looking in the wrong place on Discord.
All right. What have we got? Oh, we've still got half an hour, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And a little bit.
Okay. So yeah, So when I was thinking about this earlier, because there's certain things you can do. I don't know if you're able to sort of put them in practice, but you can do things like oh, you're there. All right, I just forwarded. So say for like the braking into turn one.
Yep.
So you can brake hard when you get on the brake pedal. Initially, you can brake hard and then come off of it just before you turn in. And so what that does is that cools the tyres down slightly just on the turn-in point. So there's little things like that you can do. And then turn one is the only real place. In fact, that's the only place I would try and do anything different, is turn one. So you can brake hard down, all the way down to where you're thinking about turning in, and just come off a little bit more than you would normally. So you can brake harder than you normally would. It's a weird thing, is that I don't even know if it's the right thing to bring up, because it's such a weird thing that you have to, I don't know if you'd pick it up unless you've done sort of 900 laps. It's one of those sort of things,
And the advantage is that the tires are cooler?
Yeah, so you can brake slightly earlier than you normally do, but brake hard, and then come off the brake, and then you find that you've got a nice chunk of grip as you turn in.
Ah, got it.
But it is one of those things that you just sort of seem to learn to do after you've been here for years, if you know what I mean. It took me years to find it out anyway.
50,000 laps later.
Yeah,
happens.
Yeah. And I don't think you'd really get it until you were really consistent anyway,
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that I'm sure that there are lots of things I could focus on, and none of them really matter until I can turn consistent laps within 2 or 3 tenths. Because for a long time, when I was kind of banging around on my own, I kept hearing, work on consistency first, and then pace, and everything else will come.
Yeah.
And for the life of me, I said, well, okay, sounds great. How do I do that?
Yeah.
And I think for a long time, literally only 2 years ago, did I upgrade from the Logitech Driving Force GT, right? So I've only really started taking it serious. And I don't think I have your capability to make that equipment work for me the way you do.
Yeah, it's weird, John. Yeah, it's something that I never even thought about until John said it. He said there's a lot of people that don't need a good steering wheel. you know, there's this running joke in now. Mick's fast. He's got a lot, you know, G29. He's beating everyone. But it, like you say, I don't think it would matter if I did have a good wheel. I wouldn't be any faster. You know.
Yeah.
It's just.
I think you might be onto something though. In guessing, maybe you would be up to speed faster.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. Yeah. I'm not too sure about that even, because when I came back, I just got on my rig again, and I was up to speed as quick as I was on anyone else's rig. I don't know. There might be something in it. I don't know. I think maybe when I'm used, if I get a, you know, if I ended up getting a really good new wheel, once I'm used to it, I don't know. No idea.
Yeah. No idea.
But I'm not going to justify spending over £1,000 on a wheel just to see when I'm,
Yeah.
you know, especially when I'm thinking about leaving and just going on a ride. So I'll see how I feel when I get back, and you know. Anyway, let's get you in the sixes, mate. So just
I'm seeing
all you got.
I'm seeing some improvements.
Go. Yeah. So literally just concentrate on getting on power earlier everywhere.
Also, I put extra. Well, let me see. What did I do?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You
think-
could have done with some.
I think I bumped it up to race fuel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I threw 7.5 in it.
Right. Okay.
Let's take a look at. You know what? I think it's fine.
Well,
I don't need to pull a bunch of gallons out of the tank to worry about weight just yet.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate. A 7.6 on race fuel is not too bad, mate.
I
And
definitely saw some
yeah.
comfort come in that last 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I do feel like I still struggle getting into turn 1.
Yeah. So what you want to do there is so literally that's what I'm saying. So brake earlier and then come off earlier. Come off the brake earlier. But still trail brake into turn 1. And what you'll find is if you do it that way, so what happens is that, so this is finally okay, this is where we've got, so I've got a way of explaining what happens now then. So you'll find that if you brake as late as you can and turn in, you'll turn in and you've got X amount of grip to get through the turn. What happens is if you brake harder but earlier and you come off the brake earlier, that little space at the end of the braking zone where you came off the brakes earlier, but you're still trail braking in, you'll find that you've got so much more grip turning in. And it's literally just that split second of being off the brake a little bit more. So that's what you want to do. So just brake harder earlier and come off earlier. And even wait until you wait for a split second so you can try and make a late apex. And you'll find there's tons of grip if you do that. I'm talking minimal amount here. I think you're putting in a bit too much steering lock as well.
Yeah, I don't know why I struggle with that. I had this, probably just too much navel gazing, but I have this suspicion that I'm not braking consistently. Like maybe I miss the brake point just a little bit every lap, or I'm applying different pressure every lap because I feel like I get a different result.
Yeah.
And it's kind of driving me crazy. It's one of the reasons I justified upgrading to the Fanatec, because I wanted load cell. I thought, hey, anything that's going to give me just a little bit more feel is going to help. And I do think it helped a little bit.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just had this unfounded...
So the best thing to do is back it up a bit more then.
Yeah.
Because then you'll know. Because backing it up, that gives you extra wiggle room at the end to make the corner. So no matter what you do, you're pretty much going to nail it, And you'll probably find there that you're not far off your optimum there, or whatever your delta is there.
You're right.
Yeah, because you got a good exit. So that's the other thing I was going to say. It doesn't really matter what you do in that braking zone, as long as you get through the turn nice, you're set up, And and the important thing to get through turn 1 is adds up all the way down here on the braking zone to the carousel.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. So as long as that's what I would do. I'd back it up. I'd over back it up. But when everything that I'm telling you to do here is minimal differences. I'm talking like a meter is a lot. But it's just enough to give the tyres a bit of a chance to get the car turned in. Do you know what? I love your line through the last corner. It's one of the best I've seen, and on the entry as well. Yeah, that's it. That's a nice spot. Maybe a tad early that was, but you still got a nice exit as well, so you should be good on time.
Yeah, it's trending green.
Yeah. Yeah, this is nice. Oh, yeah, nice. Thought you was going to miss the apex there. So you still want to be harder on the power in 4th gear there at the end of the S's. You really need the back end to kick out a bit just to keep you away from that right-hand curb. Don't really want to touch that right-hand curb. And harder on the power when you get up to 3rd gear there on the exit of the carousel. Got to get the rear end rotating there.
I don't know why I'm so hesitant to put the power down there in 3rd.
Yeah, you just got to try it, and you just got to mess up a few times, and you'll get it. Yeah, nice lap. Nice. That's a nice line. Just stay off that curb. That's it. Perfect. Easy when you get it right, isn't it?
So easy when you get it right.
So just hard on the power in 3rd gear now. Don't worry. Still go for it. Still go for the 3rd gear, the power input. Yeah, that's it. That's what you're after. That's exactly what you're after. You want to be wondering whether you're going to survive or not on the exit. That's a good lap. Yeah, nice. So next time you go around turn 1, if you nail it like you just did, just have an experiment. How early can you get on power?
Okay.
And you got to really think to yourself, I'm going to go way early. Really early. I want to see the car understeer off the track because you got so early. Yeah, nice. Oh, unlucky. Still go for this early power in turn 1.
Why?
Oh, 1st gear.
1st gear.
Yeah.
Come on, brain.
I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to go back and just watch your entry into the last turn because it's not many people can do what you're doing there. I guarantee you that, and you're doing it pretty much every lap. Yeah, your back wheel is is on the grass, just on the grass.
Probably too close because it's gonna bite me.
No, that's exactly what you want. I can't help you through I can't help you through these last this part of the track. I cannot help you. I cannot get you to go faster than what you are. Yeah, that's it. That's getting near the limit now.
Yeah, that curb makes it awkward.
Yeah, that's it. So that's hand speed. That's all it is. You're getting on the power. Right? If you get on the power and you make it, then it's just hands. So you got to really speed the hands up there on that exit just to control the car. Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice speed there. Nice, perfect. Yeah, you'll get it. You'll save it. Ooh. That's it. Mate. You can't do better than that. You cannot do it better. This is how you learn it. That's perfect. You just got to keep your foot in and try and sort it out with your hands. You can't do any better than that.
Perfect. So now I'll just get better. All right, hang on just a second. I'm going to take my fleece off. I'm getting hot.
Nice.
All right, how are we doing on time?
About a quarter of an hour. I don't want to come out on track. I want to just let you drive because you're getting some good progress now. Doesn't matter about lap time. Just looking at these exits and what's going on. You know what you're aiming for now. So again, turn one, just go even earlier now on power. Yeah, that's it. So I actually think there that if you had have actually nailed the actual corner, I think you got on power around the right place.
Okay.
I don't think that was too far out there. If anything, might have been a tad early, but it doesn't matter. Just still try that again next time, because it might have been okay. So you still need to give it as much power as you can in third. As soon as you get to third gear, just give it some, even if it's just a jab. On the exit of the carousel, I mean.
Got it.
All you're doing there is you're just trying to get the rear to rotate. So changing up to third and not doing anything with your foot is sort of defeating the object of changing up to third, if you get what I'm saying. This is good. Yeah, there you go. So next time, so that's your point now. Now you've found out how early you can get on power. So this time round, get on it harder. To get that initial rotation on the rear end. So it will mean that you have to get on power and then maybe come off again. Give it a stab. As soon as you get up to third gear, a stab on the power. Don't worry about lap times. So harder on power this time. Same point, but harder. Initially. Foot speed. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So you want to come off it. You want to come off more than that, obviously. But you want to. But where you got on power there, maybe it was a little bit too much. I don't know. I'm not really sure. You might have been able to do that, but then come off straight away. So you just this is your datum point for turn 1. You got to work out where the limit is there for that turn.
And you're talking about a jab there?
Yeah, you can give it a little jab and come off again. But you definitely, as soon as you change up to 3rd gear on the exit of carousel, almost full power jab. Just want to get that rear coming around. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
See how it doesn't spin and so you want to do that. So you want to do that jab again, but not come off as much. Nice. So same for turn 1, little jab and then come off, but don't come off fully. Nice and early.
All right. Yeah, that was it. I felt the jab.
Yeah, yeah. And you see how all you're doing is rotating the rear. You're just trying to take the work off of the front end and take it to the back end. So when you jab down in turn 1 now, I don't think you want to go as hard as you did. So whatever throttle input you did, just take it a little bit less, but the same technique, just jab it. But definitely here, this is in 3rd gear. This wants to be the big jab. Yeah, that's better. See how it forces the car out wide. So you want to get the car to not go out as wide, you want more power to get the rear to rotate even more.
Got it. And on the turn 1,
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I have any perception of how much or how hard I jabbed. So that's going to be a tough.
Yeah. It's just
going to take 1,000 times.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's nice. That was a lot better. So because you're in a higher gear this time, 3rd gear, you can do it more. So if you get the initial jab, if it looks like it's going to go the right line, just keep your foot in. So you need to be quicker with the jab and not come off as much. Well, you don't need to be quicker. The jab is quick enough, but you don't want to come off the power as much as you are after the jab.
Got it.
So I don't know what you're doing there, but I don't know. Jab it to 80% and come back to 70%. Yeah, nice.
Mm.
Yeah, didn't lift. The old Glen would have lifted there, mate. I know that.
Yeah, you need to keep pointing out that, oh yeah, you're not Senna yet, but you're getting better.
Yeah, that's it. That's nice. See how look how the exit is now.
Yeah.
Perfect exit.
That was a little bit more feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, nice. So same thing, but for the last turn. it's getting a lot closer. I think everything just needs to be sped up with your foot. Goes back to what I was saying all last season. You can't do this too fast. You know, there's no speed limit to your foot movement. As quick as you can do it, the quicker the better. Yeah.
That was better.
Yeah. And same for the last turn as well. Get a bit of a jab going on the entry here. Yeah, that's it. So jab it to get the back rotating, then come off, but back down again. And that needs to be quicker. That's what needs to speed up. On that third gear change, do it the instant you changed gear. The instant you change up to third, that's when you jab it. Try not to leave any delay there. Yeah. So what you got to do, what you've got to practice is learning how to keep the power down a bit more after the jab. I think you're coming off too much after you jab it. Yeah. So jab it, but keep it down more afterwards. That's it. Keep it floored. Yeah. Nice. So jab it, but don't come off as much.
Must have missed it.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, I'm guessing maybe too slow.
Yeah, no, you just came off too much, that's all. That's it, that's better.
I felt that.
Yep, that's it.
That's in the memory banks.
Yep. Yeah, the little jab in the middle there on the apex, that's it. All you're doing is getting the car to rotate when you jab it. That's perfect. So same again, just quick as you can on the jab and keep it down as much as you can afterwards. Yeah, that's it, perfect. You should have kept your foot in there. You just straighten the wheel up nice. That's where you needed to hold it there. Yeah. Even faster, you can go faster there. You're getting it there in the last turn. You can still do it quicker. You might be a little bit early on the jab there. Yeah, nice break in there.
Yeah, that felt a little more under
Yeah,
control.
that's
I'm
it.
not exactly sure what I did differently, but
Oh,
what
got
just
kicked
happened?
out.
Oh, that was it. That was going to be a good lap.
Oh no.
That's all
Glenn
right.
Becker connection dropped due to download packet loss. Oh well, it's only 2 minutes to go anyway. That's it. It's not point coming back, is it?
No, it's it. It was.
What did you think you was going to get? What? How
Uh,
far was you up?
I was on track for optimum, so 107.2.
Well, that's on pace, mate. There's nothing wrong with that.
Let's see.
That's with what, 5 gallons of fuel left or something like that? Got to be something like that, isn't it?
Something like that. Maybe a little bit less than that, but yeah.
Yeah.
My optimal was 107.25.
Right.
And that lap was pretty close to on target for that.
Right, okay.
Well, that just keeps me coming back for more. You know that.
Yeah, that was
last lap.
probably your best session you've ever done. Because
it's a simple track, so
that's it. Yeah.
My analysis is it seems to let me concentrate on my appendages rather than
Yeah.
the corners.
The quicker these corners come round, the easier they are to remember. That's all it is, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's that, and there, there's just other than turn one where I struggle to get in, and I guess that's why I wonder how my braking is overall, because it seems to me like the heavy braking, tight, slow speed corners, I really struggle at. Very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Which is why I tinkered with the brake pressure and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say though, the thing that you've changed now from when we first started doing these sessions is before, if you went in too fast or if you got a corner right or you weren't sure about the corner, what you would normally do is put a load of steering lock in.
Yeah.
You don't do that anymore. You put your foot down instead. You know that works. You know that is the best solution to get the car rotating is putting your foot down. You was doing that earlier before we got into doing like all this jabbing business and all the rest of it. I think what you're going to have to do is, give me a little bit of a chance to get up to. The trouble is, I always tell you to do stuff like yesterday I was telling you to get on power. It was miles too early. I was thinking, Jesus, we must have been thinking, how the hell is he getting on power that early? It literally was about 20 car lengths too soon. So sometimes I get it wrong. So I might be telling you to put a jab down there in turn one. It might not be actually what I'm doing there. So I don't know if that's right. So let me go away and work that out. But if you ever think that something's wrong and you can't do it, or it's just not the fastest way for you to do it, just say and don't do it. Just say, Mick, look, I can't do it. If I go through here smooth, I'm getting so much more time. There's no problem with doing that whatsoever.
Well, and that's where the increase in my skills and acumen can be an advantage because to a certain point, okay, maybe if I look back at that session, I say, wow, Mick, I was there's no way I can do that. Maybe I had an inkling of that, but it wasn't at the time like, no, that's impossible, right? And and that's probably doublefold, right? It's my awareness of my limitations, and frankly, right now, my ability to just say, yep, Mick said it, gospel, let's go. I'm gonna work at it till I figure it out.
Because I've got that bloody, everyone knows I've got that bloody mentality of, I can do it, so I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to stop until I've done it, that sort of crap. So,
right.
When I say stupid things like that, get on power there, it sort of sounds like it's right.
Well, and
sometimes it's not.
and regardless, the tweak of just some maintenance, barely trail braking into the entry to the S's. And at the end there, I don't think you were watching the stream, but when I was tinkering with the blips, I was seeing some positive delta, right? Some green splashes of the delta. So it's there.
Yeah. Well, regard to the jabs and stuff like that, what you really don't want to be doing is getting on power smooth. You really don't want to be doing that. You got to get some sort of rotation going on with the back end, all the time. You know, and it's literally every time you're not on a straight. You know, if you whatever corner you're coming out of, it doesn't matter what corner it is. Indianapolis, Curva Grand at Monza, especially Curva Grand at Monza, you can't get out of there with the rear end gripped up. You have to be sliding out of there. You know, and that's just the rule of thumb. So whatever you can do to get the rear rotating on the power is perfect. You know, so for instance, you're I mean, you nailed coming out of the carousel a couple of times there in third gear, and the last turn was pretty much almost spot on. You know, it's so you can things like that. So you can think. So I'm probably well, I know for a fact that I do a little bit of a jab after the back straight. You know, the left hander after the back straight, in between that left hander and the last turn, I give it a bit of a jab there to get the back coming round there as well. And I think that's probably stopping me actually doing the line that you can get, because your line is way better than on the entry. I can't get as close to the white line as you do on the entry at that turn, but I think it's because I'm sort of more on the power, and the car's a little bit more upset, if you know what I mean. So,
well, probably, and not only upset but faster.
Well, I don't know. I'm not so sure. Well, it might be going faster down that straight, but I might be braking earlier, and I guarantee you, mate, there's not going to be much in it as we turn into the last turn. You know, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I honestly can't say to myself, or you know, I honestly can't say that my way would be faster. You know, looking at what you're doing there, I can't say that I would be faster. You know, what you're doing there is what you want to look, what you want the car to look like as it goes around that part of that track. You know, I that entry was, especially from that left hander after the back straight to the next corner, I can't fault it one little bit. You know, I can't say to anything, you know, about how this is what you got to do to get this going faster. If you can do it, and but you know, again, if you can get on the power earlier, then go for it, because. You know, but if it's going to mess that line up on the way into the last corner, I'd not do it. You know, that's the tiny margin I'm talking about there,
right?
Just for that little corner, you know.
No, that's good feedback, because it gives me some confidence of the right sight picture, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, this. Unless
you look at the telemetry and you're like 7 miles an hour slower for whatever reason, then I would think about changing it. You know, because. You are going to be losing time no matter how good your line's going to be on the way in. But it's not going to be that much different. Well, I can see it's not.
And one thing that I would share also is that if that's the case, just those two corners, then I would, at this moment, decide to put my energy elsewhere, right? I'm going to call those good, and I'm going to try to get consistent into turn one and, you know, out of the carousel, and let the rest of it come.
A lot of this always goes back to my drumming. Because I always do that, because I like the way the guy taught me how to play drums, and he used to be a real stickler for technique and stuff like this, you know. And at the end of the day, he said to me, Mick, if whatever you're hitting, if it sounds like I want it to sound, I don't care how you hit it. You know, you could. That's it, you know, and it's the same thing here. You know, I don't care what you do, as long as you get around that corner as fast as you can go. You know, that's the mentality. You know, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're drifting. If you're 3/10 up because you drifted it. Drift it, you know. But
and especially if that's something you can do consistently, just keep doing that.
The trouble is, you have to do that at difficult tracks as well. This is the sort of input you have to put into a difficult track, which is, as you know, tough. Right. You know, so you know, looking at every single. I mean, I literally, I mean, you know, I can do it. You know, I can literally dissect every part of your lap.
Of course.
You know. That's the level you have to get yourself to be able to do for yourself. You know, you have to be able to dissect your own lap.
Yeah.
You know, and work out what you're doing wrong. You know, and change whatever you need to change. But that, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at turn one for you, because I'm not sure I am doing that little jab there. In fact, I'm going to look on the telemetry in a minute at my fastest laps.
Yep, no worries.
And I'll let you know.
Which
I'm not sure I'm telling you right now.
Do you have a replay you can send me of?
No, I haven't. But I'll.
Okay, that's fine.
No, I haven't got one. No, I'll send you one. I'll do one. I'll do one in a minute. I'll just do I'll just do a normal session like what you've done. So it'll be I don't know, whatever it was, 112 or something Fahrenheit, wasn't it?
It was 112 track temperature.
Yeah.
And all I did unfortunately was let it generate weather. So who knows?
Yeah, no worries. I'll just.
But it was.
In fact, you're on VRS, aren't you? I can just copy it from there.
Oh yeah. That's a good
Yeah.
point. No,
Yeah.
great
All right.
point.
I'll do that now. And
Okay. Well, I as usual, I can't believe 2 hours has passed already.
I know it does go quick, doesn't it?
I do need to run because I'm going to leave here about 40 minutes from now to pick up Emily at the airport.
Oh, right. Okay, you're going to pick her up. All right, go.
Messaging from her looks like it was on time, so yay.
That's weird, isn't it? That's ironic. You were going to pick her up, and you're a pilot, and you've got a plane.
Yep. Well,
but it's only got one seat.
all things considered, my kind of flying is not very practical, right? The reality, it's just the economies of scale.
Have you never gone and done? I mean, obviously you've done your private pilot's license to get us where you are. Have you never like rented a Cessna out and gone across country and stuff?
Not that long, no.
Right, okay.
It gets exorbitantly expensive because most of the rental Cessnas, they're flight school airplanes, so they have this crazy number of minimum hours per day. So even if I flew from here to wherever and it was an hour away, but I kept the airplane for 3 days and flew back, they'd need to charge me. Many of them do. They'd need to charge me like a minimum of 3 hours a day. Even though I didn't fly it. So, and it's those kinds of reasons. And even if you own your own airplane, there's a real low break-even point where, given the economies of scale, the time, and the reliability, because smaller airplane, you're more subject to weather and mechanicals.
Yeah,
it's just easier and quicker and cheaper to fly commercial, and that's the sad news. That's just how the
yeah. No, I mean, I knew that it was a lot cheaper, obviously, to fly that way. But I mean, a lot of you hear a lot of stories about guys over here because I'm in the classic car game. I know quite a few people that have got their own private license and maybe they got a Cessna or whatever they got. And you often hear the same sort of story. Oh, we're going to go and there's 4 of us. We're going to go and rent a plane out because I need to keep my hours up and stuff like that. So we got, they got to do like a minimum of whatever, Yep. So Anyway, I'll let you go.
Stuff. Yep. All right. Thanks again for your time.
Yeah, no worries, man.
So what's today? Thursday. So I'll hope to. Actually, I don't know. I'll put a pause on the rest of the week and just see what happens.
Yeah. All right, mate. Let me know. But I can do most of the week this time of night. It doesn't bother me.
Okay. And I'll try to put in some laps and just start tinkering and just run a long stint and see how consistent I can get.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Also, try and just play around with the power side on the diff as well. If you feel you can go quicker with it, either way, do it.
Okay. Yeah. Because I think for now I'd spend my time getting consistent on those 2 or 3 things that are obvious. But yeah, if I've got time, I'll be happy to play, happy to tinker.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a great night.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll see you again soon.
Absolutely.
See you, mate.